right, one more minute. And while we're still waiting, if you could give me sharing rights.
I think you need to go and try to share,
Okay,
or maybe.
send you a
Oh, there we
request.
go. There you are.
Excellent, thank you. It works. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get started right now. I want to welcome everyone. I'm so grateful that all of you are here. There's a number of things to go through. I'm not sure if anyone is new to these calls. We always start off with what our organization is about, but just in case, very quickly, we are the Palm Beach County Indivisible Immigration Coalition. Like our name, we are focused on immigration issues, and we're all about planning and taking action. It's all through building coalitions locally and through some statewide immigration groups, like the Florida Immigration Coalition. We're a hub for them. And our focus is Palm Beach County. So everything we're doing is in Palm Beach County. And you see the main areas of action that we're involved in from community service, and we've got some real leaders that are taking charge of that. They'll speak to you. We're going to talk a bit about the partner services and programs that we're involved in, about our campaigns, primarily around the 287G campaign, and our advocacy work with Flick, and then events and protests. Okay, so every slide is going to have the word volunteer, and I'm pointing to it. So hopefully we're going to, it's going to make it clearer. So there are a number of you, and if some folks want to get involved and are not on this call, and they don't have a lot of mobility, they're primarily, they need to do things remotely. We've got, not only on this page, we've got several actions. We need you, and you could do this from the comfort of your home. So the first one is, we need to reach out to our new members. I do some of that, but not a great job. And so we need a team of people that are answering questions or new members about what we're doing, what they can do, and engaging in conversation, because we want everyone to feel like they are part of this group, because we really do appreciate every single person and what each of you uniquely has to offer. And we want you to be engaged. So right now we have Evelyn and Ronnie and we are so happy and thrilled that they are doing this. They have started the ball rolling with working with Amanda to start reaching out to our members. And so we would like more volunteers besides Evelyn and Ronnie, because we have a long list of members. Like every group, there's just a percentage of us that are really active, but I think it's a matter of reaching out to many members and letting them know, hey, we're here and all the things we're doing, and what are your interests, and trying to align interests and capabilities with actions that we're taking. So if anyone is interested in potentially volunteering, you can speak volunteering on this to reach out to new members. You can speak to Evelyn and Ronnie, and I could tell you, let me see if I can get to the right, we'll send this out, but you can send all messages to our main email, which is info at, and this is our acronym, pbciic.org, and say, hey, and you're going to get these slides. Hey, and I'll put our email address on this slide as well. Hey, Evelyn and Ronnie, I'd like to talk to you about potentially volunteering in this area. Okay. Um, is there anything else, Amanda, Evelyn, or Ronnie, that you would like to say about what we're trying to do here?
Um, First of all, just thank you to Ronnie and Evelyn. And if either of you want to unmute and just give a quick sense of your experience so far chatting with our community members.
Well,
Sure.
yeah, go let her go first.
Okay, Evelyn.
I've reached out a few times, and the majority I leave messages. And actually, one of the women who I left a message for actually called me back.
Mhm.
So, and the people that I've talked to have, I've had very meaningful conversations with people. I find it very worthwhile doing that. I call it relationship building. And I think we can grow our team this way
Hey,
in a very
Evelyn,
deep way.
you just said the magic word. That, I have to remember that. That's what this is, relationship building. So thank you. Thank you for that.
You're
Ronnie?
Ronnie,
welcome.
I don't know if you want to say anything else, and then we're going to
Well,
move
I
on.
only started yesterday. I just been very, very busy, but I started yesterday. I made about 20 calls and a tiny percentage answer.
Mhm.
But the ones that I spoke to were terrific. They were the two ladies are already involved, and one of them has physical limitations. So I explained to her that what I'm doing is a perfect opportunity to do because I do it in my pajamas from my computer. And that's perfect because I don't drive. So
Great.
I wanted to emphasize to her that you don't have to go to every single rally and you don't have to go physically to participate. You can be
Yeah.
a very valuable participant doing these kinds of tasks.
Thank
And
you,
she
Ronnie.
she she
Yep.
did tell me that both of them said they'll be at the March 28th,
No
No
King.
Kings.
Yep.
Excellent.
And
Thank you
I will
so much, Ronnie. Go ahead.
thank you. And just one other thing is we use a very simple tool through every action. It's Open VPB. You may have used it if you've done phone banking before. That it'll run through sort of our subscriber list one time before, and it won't let you double call anyone. So super easy to use, super convenient for everyone.
One more
Thank you,
thing,
guys.
one
Yeah.
person that I left a message for left me a text that he or she, I don't know, is looking forward to speaking with me later today. So I'm looking
Good.
forward to
Excellent,
that.
Ronnie. Yay, guys. Go team. I'm thrilled. Okay, so we're going to go on now to our communications team. And I know he's not on this call, but a special thanks, Myra, to Jay. We
Oh,
had,
yes.
we had a team call last week, and Jay was there kind of as a consultant because of all the great things, the support that he does for Indivisible Boca Raton. So we're very, very grateful to him. I mean, it's not that he's working on our communications team. He was just there as an advisor. So we thank you and him for that. And so here's what we have. We're kind of refreshing, and we've got some great people, Amanda, Suzanne, Antoinette. I don't know if Aileen is on the call this evening. She does great work, especially for our graphics. And so we've got WhatsApp, everybody. And when we are making calls to members, we have to make sure that all of our members are on our WhatsApp group chat because a lot of information is conveyed that way. We've got Facebook, Suzanne Extraordinaire has managed that. Instagram, our newsletter that Amanda sends out all the time. And this is telling you everything that we've got going. You should always keep up on the newsletter. Here again is the email address that you have to, hopefully you're all receiving this because that's where we're telling you, here's all the events, here's the action items, etc. And then here are our contacts. For our group, you can send an email this way to me, to Amanda. Now, what we've done is these are existing tools. We are looking at new tools, possibly a website, which I am hoping will build. And Jay had recommended Wix.com. I do want to know if there are any other, Ronnie is going to help us with this website. Hopefully, we have not finalized plans yet at all. We're still in discussion. And we will be looking into YouTube as well. We need more people to join us. So if you have any experience, background in social media, on building a website, or on YouTube, we would like you. And also on graphics, like I said, Aileen, and we'll be talking more about some of the material where we need that type of support. Not only are we're having these now starting team calls on communications for social media and digital platforms, but also on aligning our messages. You're going to see a lot this evening on where our priorities are right now. So every time, and it's dynamic, it's going to be moving during the course of the year. So every time whatever our priorities are in a given length of time, I want all our communications, our messaging on all of our platforms to be highlighting those, whether on video, Facebook, etc., that we're all focusing on. These are the things that are important to us right now, and we are communicating that to all of our members and beyond our group. So that's what we're in discussions about, in addition to the new tools that we will continue to discuss. Volunteers are needed. Again, you have any experience, website, videos, mobilize, any of the platforms we're showing here, graphics, graphic arts. You have any of those talents, let us know. Contact us here. Send us a message, and we want to include you on this team. Okay. Next one. We have traditional media. I know that Ellen couldn't be on the call tonight, but Sheila, you are here. So I've been speaking with Sheila Jaffe and with Ellen Schusterman about, I also want not only our social and digital media to line up with everything that we're focused on, our priorities. I want our reaching out to the media to also line up. So we are communicating to our members, to the broader public, all at the same time on the same set of priorities. Our objective is to write op-eds, letters to the editor, and to do press releases. This, by the way, is another opportunity for you, for the people here and on our membership, that it's difficult to get out of the house. Hey, you could be writing op-eds, letter to the editor, assisting us with press releases. So some of the priorities we've got going right now are the 287G, Visible Act. We don't want masked, unidentified immigration enforcement agents on our streets. We're going to talk about the voter bill and some other things that are our priorities at the moment. It would be great, and we could help you with the subject matter, that we kind of need a rolling change of people that will put their name to, hey, here's an op-ed or a letter to the editor that we can send out to the main media here. Ellen just sent out a letter to the editor about Coco Gauff, the famous tennis player who wrote a post of her own on immigration. So we're working on that with Ellen. Volunteers needed. If you are interested, we hope some of you are. Again, especially those that are more homebound, op-eds, letters to the editor, press releases. Please get in touch with us. I'll put on each of these slides the contact email that you can send to say that you may be interested. Okay. Sheila, anything else to be said before I move on? You're going to have to unmute.
Sometimes you'll send out a letter to the editor and they'll say, yeah, it's going to be in tomorrow or something. And then you keep looking for it and it's not there. And then sometimes they don't put it in at all. So it's very iffy. If it doesn't get in at the right time, sometimes it doesn't happen. But I'd like people are sometimes afraid. They think, oh, I don't know how to write a letter. Just get your feelings, put it down in 100 words, and you can use AI, and they can proofread it on your computer and just send it out.
Yeah, and I will say just two things. One is in terms of support for you. Again, on the topic, the subject matter, if you're interested in something, we can help you. If it's obviously we want it to be immigration related, we can help you. And number two, Sheila and Ellen have the template. So, you know, the number of words and how it has to be structured, how it has to be aligned. We already have those instructions that we could share with you, and we could review, especially Sheila and Ellen can review whatever you put together to see before it's submitted. So there is support for you.
Truthfully, I've been writing letters to the editor for about 30 years, and I never saw a template or followed a template. Sometimes you just put your feelings down and make it brief and just do kind of like a zinger at the end, wrap it up in the last sentence.
Okay.
You know?
Thank you, Sheila, very, very much. And thank you for all your support. Greatly
You're welcome.
appreciated. Okay, so we have Karen and Marianne, our community service, if you wanted to say a few words.
I guess can you hear me?
Yep, we can, Karen.
Okay. Things are bad at the Guatemalan Center. There's a tremendous food shortage. Marianne and I have both taken food and clothing. Sometimes the clothing is because people voluntarily leaving the country before being deported. But when we started taking food there a year ago, the shelves were fairly full. Now they're practically empty. I took food last Monday, just items I had purchased in one friend, and they weren't sure. Their distribution is Tuesday and Friday if they would have enough. We are going to be going to the Boca Indivisible meeting, whenever that is. I think the 16th.
I have it, by the way. I have it.
March
You'll
16th.
see it. Yeah,
March 16th.
but I have it in this deck. I'll be showing it to you. during-
Okay, so we'll be going there to collect any food. And I would encourage people to talk to neighbors and friends. I talked to two friends when I was playing cards last night, and they'll be giving me donations. Anything helps. Since we have not had any South Palm Beach County Indivisible meetings, that has been a real deficit in our ability to provide food.
I have something to say on that one.
Marianne has something. So go ahead, Marianne.
Okay. Because we weren't having any meetings, it seems to, Batia being sick and all that, and no one has picked up the ball except calls on Zoom, which are really, not enabling us to collect donations for both GMC. And I want to remind people, okay, we're not only doing this for GMC, we're doing this for Caridad as well. Because from my perspective, when we have conversations, the only thing I ever hear about is GMC. We're doing this for Caridad as well. So I want to remind people of that. So because we weren't having meetings, and we don't know when there's going to be a next meeting, because apparently I reached out to Batia myself. And they are busy getting ready for the March 28th No Kings. So what we came up with is we're going to be calling Hagen Branch Library and West Boynton because that's where area where most of the people live. Because Boca is doing Indivisible is handling that side. To select a day, Bati will send out something to everyone. If you want to drop off donations at the library, we can get the room for 2 hours on specific days, like a Sunday. We're trying to firm that up, and as soon as I know more details, I will. But what Karen is saying is true. They're not getting food. And you and I and everybody knows there's all these bills now where they want to shut down any nonprofit organization.
Well, we're going to be getting to that. Don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
okay.
I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
emphasizing desperation. Okay.
Okay, but I think what we should do, it respectfully, and I thank you so very much, the both of you, bringing, I did not know. I think number one, and I'm not speaking for Myra or any of the other No Kings organizers. Number one, we could see if in the communication, the continuing communication for the different No Kings locations, if people can bring donations, because that has been done at different protests. So I don't, we'll have to check with all the organizers. And number two, I would like Karen and Marianne to speak with you. I think that we should also reach out to other groups and see if we can get agreement, if not at every meeting or event with other groups, that they agree that this would be our two organizations that are in need, especially the Guatemala Maya Center, if they could ask for donations at their meeting and events. I know you already said that both of you have different groups. I have lists of groups. Let's talk about it and let's see if we could talk to them.
All right.
And and
What I want to say on that is I can tell you from the Guatemalan Center in the Caridad, they do not want 8,700 different people
no,
showing
no,
up.
I'm not talking about that. I'm
All
talking
right.
about that.
Can I finish? Can I finish, please? All right. Uh, I have been, and I'm still willing, because I understand that Margaret has some donations that need to be picked up. Um, I have my car. I've been doing it for the last 2 months, going all over the place, picking up the donations. So all you have to do is let me know where they are, and we'll come get them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Okay.
saying the same way as we do this for the events at Indivisible Boca Raton, and we're doing it with South Palm Beach County Indivisible. If we had an agreement with other groups and we knew when their meetings were, they would be communicating to their members the same way we've been doing it, and then we would schedule that if you both are willing to pick them up, like you've been doing up
Yeah.
until now.
Because we've even gone
Same
out
kind of
to, I've
arrangement.
even gone out to individual homes that
Yeah,
they
I'm not talking about that, but all
I
right.
think that Marianne also, didn't you reach out to Linda Rosenthal about Democratic Party meetings
about
for
the
us
what?
to for the Linda Rosenthal about the Democratic Party Club meetings about getting donations there?
Yeah, their next one is on March 24th, and I believe she is asking.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure she is asking for that. Well, I know
Yeah.
she is. Yeah.
I've been in constant touch with Linda. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So let's talk offline. I really appreciate you calling this to our attention, and yeah, let's talk about this. This is a great concern. All right.
I have a question.
Yep.
Okay, I have, as Mary Ann said, I've enlisted my spiritual center in collecting the items that are needed. And the drive that we're having for GMC ends on Sunday. I mean, I would be happy. I mean, if Mary Ann wanted to come over and pick it up, that would be fine, as long as you have a big car or an
Yeah.
SUV.
Just call me or email me and let me know where.
Okay, and plus one of the members bought a $500 gift card for Target. So I'm wondering how we would handle that.
You give it to me as well.
Okay,
Food, donations, everything. It's me or Karen.
okay.
Yeah,
Ah, wow, Margaret,
and
that's great.
if I'm needed to, if it takes more than one car, then I'll join Mary Ann and pick up
Yeah.
the food items as
Yeah.
well.
And you know, twice a month, we have our interfaith vigil at the Broward Transitional Center. And we get substantial amount of donations there that now the process is I give that to Catherine and then Catherine hands it over to Mary Ann.
Yep.
So we have
I've
that
gone
as well.
down with several of those. Yep.
Yep, yep.
But Karen is correct. You go in there and the shelves are bare. So whatever we
Okay.
can. I have wheels, we'll travel. Okay.
All right, all right. Very
Great.
important topic. I don't mean to rush it. I just want to get through everything, but
All
we
right,
will
I'm gonna jump
definitely be
in.
prioritizing. Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, Barbara. I'm just going to jump in with a couple of things real quick. I did drop the donation links for both Guatemalan Maya Center and Caridad in the chat. If anyone has the ability to just donate funds at this moment, you can use those links. It's very convenient. And also, Marianne, you can put this answer in the chat if you'd like, but the other Marianne on the call, 2 words, is asking if you're partnering with any specific local churches. And obviously, Margaret just said that she's working
Well,
with hers.
I know that GMC already has associations with various churches throughout Lake Worth, and they got stuff from them. And I know that I can't remember the name of the church, but a friend of mine goes, and they collected thousands of dollars for GMC. He gave it to them. Now, branching out other churches, I don't know. Uh, I'm a Catholic, but I'm not a practicing Catholic. So I don't know about other churches. But I do know that the ones in Lake Worth are, yeah, already active in that regard.
okay. Well, definitely more conversation. Thank you for what we've spoken about so far, but definitely a lot more needs, we'll be working on it. Thank you, Karen and Marianne. So we always put this one in our slide deck. Very, very important. We're always looking for more legal observers. This is the RAISE Coalition. They are a coalition with the Florida Immigration Coalition, ACLU, Americans for Immigrant Justice, and a few other organizations. They have a lot of programs. One of them is training legal observers. You can sign up. The link to the form is here, and then you could register for a training. It's a 1-hour training. Here's the link to tell you about what RAISE is all about and their website. So this is the hotline. So when people in the community, they see ICE or Florida Highway Patrol in their neighborhood and they are trying to arrest people or approach homes or businesses, you can call this 800 number. And then we have legal observers in Palm Beach County that are notified, hey, can you go to the site? Observe, report, record what is happening. If you saw all the footage on Minneapolis, you saw that happening and how important it was because DHS and ICE was saying one thing, and the facts got out through videos and other ways that legal observers were recording. Very important work, and our local group in Palm Beach County is really active and very coordinated. So if you are interested, you can sign up. The same thing, and Melissa, we have a great leader, Melissa Estrada, and we're not going to really talk about the canvassing, but Melissa, if you just want to say a few words, we are now looking at our next canvassing event. I don't know if you want to say a few words about our last one. We do need volunteers to help us. This is all about getting out, know your rights to local communities, businesses, as well as residents. Know your rights. signs, especially to mark a private room where constitutionally, if ICE doesn't have a judicial warrant, they are not allowed to enter. Any words, Melissa? She does a really excellent job leading this effort.
Sure, I'll just say our last event was probably, I think, one of our best. It was in the Northwood location in West Palm Beach. We did one, two, three streets, Northwood being one of them, and a few others. And it went really well. We had 2 new volunteers that went with us that were power horses, Fred and Tori.
Yeah, they put the rest of us to shame. I'm
Yeah,
telling
they
you.
went, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about it. I'm embarrassed. They did
And
such a great job hitting so many in
and
such a quick
Amanda, I
time.
just want to tell Amanda, Fred, he had some really good ideas. So Melissa and I want to discuss this. So they were really great. I hope they join us in the future.
Yeah, and we are working on our next event, as Barbara has highlighted there, hopefully within the Wellington horse community. We may be hitting there next.
Okay, and we are in discussions also. It may still take a little bit of time, but some immigrant groups and local churches about possibly having a workshop, Know Your Rights and Family Preparedness workshop with members of the community. So more to come, and thank you for everything you do, Melissa.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to skip over accompaniment for tonight. Right. So wanted to let you know and invite you. There are a few people on this call that go regularly. We have twice a month our interfaith vigils that are in front of a detention center in Pompano Beach, just south of the Palm Beach Broward border. And this is a detention center. We organize these with our partner, Joyful Resistance, which is another indivisible group in North Broward. They are twice a month, Sundays from 5 to 6 p.m. You see the dates on the flyer. So our next one is March 8th, and after that is the 22nd. We hope that we can have more of our members join us from this group. We always have 2 faith leaders, as well as somebody to tell their immigrant story about detention and the impact. And we try to have music and poems. Catherine's on the call. She is our poet extraordinaire. She always has something that's really meaningful. And I do want to mention last week on this past Sunday, March 1st, both Joyful Resistance and our group led a vigil at the Everglades internment camp. And besides me, as I always do, get motion sickness and being nauseous on the bus, everything else was really just so impactful. I don't know, Catherine, if you would want to say a few words about it. Was so meaningful, so moving. What was there? Hundreds of people. The immigrant stories, all the clergy there. I mean, people. It's a sacred site. Catherine, I don't know. If you don't, that's fine. If you wanted to say your impression.
I would yes, it was, can you hear me? Very meaningful.
Yes.
To take these 2 huge buses with people of all ages and the sign, they have the nerve, the sign actually says, the government sign says Alligator Alcatraz, much as we don't like to call it that. And yes, it was, it was a time of prayer and song, and a Native American chief blessed the ground for us since it is their land. And I just want to say there's a new thing instead of ecotourism, there's now what are we all doing? Protesting tourism.
Yeah.
And there were people there that were spending a week. They had come from all over the United States. They were spending a week in the area and coming every day. And at various vigils, I'm meeting people from all different states. And whenever they go to a new city, they protest. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's really, and they're really at that site. So you have people coming in from different parts of Florida, and they're coming each week. So yeah, it's a different place. So I hope we get a chance to organize a future one, and more of you can join us. The bus was free. Okay, so hopefully you'll come to either or both. March 8th is our next one, 5 to 6. This is at the Broward Transitional Center, and then on March 22nd. All right, so talking about interfaith, we are having, our group is organizing an interfaith procession and rally in Lake Worth Beach, which is where most of the ICE and Florida Highway Patrol presence is and where the detentions are happening on our streets. So this one is very much with having community leaders or faith leaders involved in this procession, along with residents and activists. But the message here is not profanity or, some of the things that we get angry and yelling. This one is about walk in love and solidarity with our immigrant neighbors. That is one major overriding theme. We are also going to be speaking out against family separation and the children. And then last, this is also this event, procession and rally in Lake Worth Beach is about extending temporary protected status for our Haitian neighbors. So we have various sponsors. I haven't listed all of them, but the major ones, Guatemala Maya Center, Father Frank will be speaking as well, Flick, Lake Worth Interfaith Network, the first, I'm telling you, Amanda, the UUs are so active and in there, and they're all about justice. So we have those participating, and Florida Rising, and a few others. So we're going to start at 11 a.m. It's Saturday, March 21st, 11 a.m. And we're starting there is in Lake Worth Beach, a local sheriff's office. That's where we're starting our procession. And we're going to end it at St. Andrew's Episcopal Church. And there we're going to hold a rally and have some speakers as well. So it should be 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I need volunteers. So one of the things, and I really, really would love if people could help on this. And by the way, here is the flyer. So you're going to see that. It has a little more detail. But sign making, I don't want people coming with their own signs and saying things that we really don't want them to be saying, especially because there'll be a lot of clergy there and there is sensitivity. And this is about love and solidarity. We have the toolkit from our To Immigrants with Love. I want to start looking at some of the messages there, or if other people have good ideas about messaging and we get together, we'd have to choose a location. I'm thinking maybe next Friday at the end of the day, or if there is another day that people would be available, please let me know. I need your help. Number one, I am a very bad sign maker. And number two, I can't do this alone. And so I can get all the supplies, and if we can find a location and the right date and time, let me know if you can help, and then the rest will follow. When we do this march, we're going to stay on the sidewalk. I'm hoping we could have 100, maybe 150 people. I don't know. But I've been reaching out to a lot of people. But so we're going to stay on the sidewalk, that's public area, and then we're going to walk to the church, St. Andrew's, and we're going to be on their property for the rally. So theoretically, we don't need to inform the police, the sheriff's office, but I don't know if it would be, I'm thinking maybe it would be a wise thing. And if that amount of people are walking down the street on the sidewalk, maybe it would be a good idea. I need someone to speak with the sheriff's office to that location, District 14. I have the contact information and could help me just to notify them if someone could help on that. So we're having a planning committee for the march and rally. I've been working with the Lake Worth Interfaith Network and Florida Rising. If anyone wants to be part of the planning committee for this event, let me know. Again, digital team, communications team. I want to send out a lot of communication, not least our flyer, and the love messaging to let people know what kind of event this is. It is all positive message in support of our immigrant neighbors and for extending TPS for our Haitian community. I've got a draft, Sheila, that I'm going to send to you and Ellen soon of a press release, so that could be reviewed and then send that out to the media. Okay, I sent to folks that have helped with our safety team in the past. We do need, and I also submitted the form for legal observers. I don't know who we're getting. And Amanda, I'm going to put you on the spot, but of course, if you cannot, Donna, it was you and Donna that have been the medics on our safety team. Donna is away.
Yeah, I'm in town. I should be able to be there. Yeah.
Okay, great. I just need to make sure we have a first aid kit, because I think you said yours is kind of, do we need a new one? Should I be ordering that?
Not necessarily. It's basic, but it'll do.
Okay. So if anyone, Melissa, thank you. I know you reached out to me, and I think it was you, Catherine, that said you would volunteer for being a legal observer.
Yeah, but if you need me to switch to safety, then I will.
Okay, we're going to see where, thank you. We're going to see where the needs are, but I definitely need a safety team. And of course, we need legal observers as well. So we'll see where we're at with all of this. But anyone else that could help on this, legal observers or safety team, we can provide you all the information. So thank you. More to come. Next. Haiti temporary protected status. So a lot is going on. We've already had multiple events this year working with Florida Rising and other groups.
Sorry, Barbara.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we
Yeah.
move off of the walk, I didn't see a link that anyone had set up an online event sign up yet.
No, we don't have it. We don't
Do
have
you
it.
want one?
I do, but
Okay, I can
this
do
is,
one.
I do, Amanda, but what I want to be, I've been hesitant about this.
Yeah.
But I really want it because I need people, we need to communicate the type of event this is, that it's not protest, ice out, and all these things. We're going to have our own signs. It is with clergy and the whole, as long as we can emphasize this is about love and solidarity with our immigrant neighbors and extending. But yeah, I mean, it would be, obviously, we would reach a lot more people if we could have a mobilize or
Yeah, I can
yeah.
I can do an event for it, and then
Okay,
I'll put it in the
excellent,
next
Amanda.
newsletter.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so what I'm going to say about what's going on now. So we had the courts intervene on February 2nd that said, hey, DHS, you can't terminate TPS for Haitians, which would have been a catastrophe. But the Trump administration is appealing to the Supreme Court right now. So it's a scary situation. In the meantime, in the interim, in Florida, with the Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicle, they have authorized, okay, all of the existing Haitians that have TPS, you can renew, if you need to, your driver's license during this period, as well as your work permit. So if you have a need to be renewing that, you could do that through March 15th. So they don't have much time for that. The other thing is, in Congress right now, there is a discharge petition. And most of the our Congress people in Palm Beach County have signed the discharge petition, which would say, hey, Congress, you take it to the floor for a vote to extend TPS. So it's not just about the courts deciding this. The more temporary fix is Congress deciding this. So we have here to call your Congress people, even if they have voted for this, and most of the Democratic, if not all Democratic representatives, I think all in Palm Beach County, they voted for the discharge petition, but you can call them to thank them to reinforce this. What right now, nationwide, they're doing is there is a national, what they're calling a national rally initiative about the discharge petition and having planned rallies across the country. What we're trying to do here in Palm Beach County through our group is the Interfaith Procession and Rally, which a part of that, again, is all about extending TPS. So that's one effort. And the other is, how can we get that message through all the No Kings protests? If any of them are having a rally, hey, we'd like to have a speaker. And in fact, we're trying to identify one right now, a really good one. But if it's just a protest and no rally at the multiple No Kings events here in Palm Beach County, I am proposing, and we have a few people that are extraordinary at this, not the least of, or the leader of this is Marianne, in advocacy and going around. One of our priorities has been now for this year at all events that we're participating in, and all that includes events events and protests, that we want to go around, and we have started this with petitions like the 287G petition. I want to have a petition, and I will have, to extend TPS, and to have our sign-up sheet if people want to be part of our group. So I am asking right now for people to volunteer to do that. And you just kind of, with the protest, you walk through the crowd. Obviously, you're not going to get everyone. And you go up to them and say, hey, do you know something about our 287G petition? Or do you know something about TPS? And you can explain it to them. It's short. And then you get them to sign up and possibly sign their name to our sign-up sheet for membership. So I am asking for volunteers for that. Any questions? So more to come on temporary protected status for Haitians. Okay. Well, the midterm elections, a lot. Haven't really gotten off the ground yet, but looking for volunteers. We will be partnering with Flick Votes as well as Indivisible Voter Outreach. And we want to not only trying to get people out to vote, But an instrument of trying to get people out to vote is to educate voters on immigration. That is, people are issues based. And this is a motivator to get people out to vote. So with Flick Votes, we are working with them. On April 1st, they have a new website that is coming out, going live. It's called Teach, Vote, Rise. They'll have a website, a newsletter, a whole bunch of material to get out the vote. It'll be info on the candidates, on voter rights and education, that you can engage people on the elections. It is about registering voters. And there is a purge list. In Florida, they're doing it. Across the country, they are doing it. They're trying to take people that, and well, it's hard to explain, but when people like naturalized citizens, when they get naturalized, their driver's license needs to be updated. That is the back end system of the driver's license needs to be updated with their new status. They were a permanent resident. Now they are a citizen, naturalized citizen, and they can vote. But no one tells them they have to update their driver's license, the back end. So consequently, what does the state do? They're just going to kick them off. It doesn't show that they're naturalized citizens. And the same goes for women that change their name, or you're updating your registration. People get purged. So what we are going to be doing is we're going to be getting lists, doing phone banking to target people that are on that purge list to let them know what they need to do. So there is a lot more to come on the work we're going to be doing with Flick Votes. And I hope that some of you will want to help us with this. And by the way, a lot of this can be done from your home for people that are more homebound. I have been talking with Frankie from Indivisible Boca Raton, who is their voter outreach. They're going to be going door to door. What I want to be doing, I'm going to need the help of the communications team, especially with Aileen. I want to have a one-pager, a leave behind. We go door to door on notifying people about the elections coming up, and we can leave with them information about immigration. So want to create that, I need help. And then anyone that would be interested in working with Indivisible voter outreach to go door to door in different communities. Next, our group, another way of educating people for the elections. We want to create a speakers bureau, and I'm working with other partners, not just ourselves, not just Indivisible, creating a speakers bureau to speak to different local groups, small groups on immigration, to create that interest. Hey, this is a primary interest, and then reminding them to get out to vote. So need help? We're going to create a canned presentation at these local groups. If we show up, if we're invited to speak, have a one-page leave behind. And by the way, especially, I don't know if anyone else is a member of the League of Women Voters. I know Catherine is. Catherine, if you recall at the Everglades Vigil, Courtney spoke. She is from the League of Women Voters in Pinellas. She shared with me an amazing brochure package that the League of Women Voters Immigration Justice in Pinellas produced on immigration facts and the 287G. I know we have to keep a little distance with the league, but I don't know in Palm Beach County if there is an immigration justice group, but I would love to work with the league also in some capacity to create something like what they did in Pinellas. It's a really fantastic document. And then lastly, what I was talking about, which I'm going to be talking about on a lot of pages, advocacy. That's what we're going to do at everything we're doing is have them sign the 287G petition because it tells a story. It's kind of easy to relay. People get it and they see, oh my gosh, there's an issue. I don't want people this kind of injustice and indignity going on in my community. So we're going to be doing this advocacy at all events and protests. Any questions? Of course, much more to come. I'm just giving you an overview here, but I'm hoping that this is enough of an overview that you all will want to ask, hey, let me understand, let me go a little bit deeper with you. I may be interested in helping with the elections, and we can go from there. Okay, any comments before I move on? Very good. This we've had at all of our calls. 287G, I call it this year the 287G plus. And it's all about, we're not even saying anymore, hey, limit your cooperation to the sheriff, limit your cooperation with ICE. We're saying end this program. We're saying ICE and Florida Highway Patrol, get out of our communities, get off of our streets, stop the raids, mass detentions, and deportations. That's what we want, full stop. So I am going to talk to you just about a few things in red, calls to action. First, U.S. Congress. We've sent this out before about halt, what we call halt the ICE terror machine. We are asking you, you click on this link and you are going to get to your U.S. representatives. And there's a script and you can tell them, calling, sending an email. We don't want this. We don't want DHS and ICE getting any more funding with what they have been doing until there's substantial reform. But now we've got a war to deal with in Iran. And this has just sent me, beyond anything. And I didn't think that something like this could possibly happen. So now we're saying no more ICE terror and no more wars. That is our message. And that is, so we've got calls to action. We are asking all of you to contact your senators, your representatives. The links are here that you could do that. And we'll be sending out these slides. Don't delay. This is so important. And by the way, and it's not a partisan issue for me. Everything about immigration to me is nonpartisan, but I'm just going to say this, that it is the GOP, in this case, they're making the case, they're saying, hey, we're in a war now. You can't hold back the funding for DHS and ICE. We need to protect the homeland. And no, this is not what we want. And on the Democratic side, they have been offering, listen, we can agree to fund the rest of DHS, but just not ICE. And the GOP won't agree to that. So we need pressure from people. Please, please, when you get these slides, start calling, start emailing about ICE and DHS, as well as no funding, as well as stop this war without Congress taking a vote and giving authorization. Okay, now, our state legislators. I am really in shock with these two bills, and I have to take a sip of water, so excuse me. In shock. And we need you. And we were just on a couple of us may have been, I don't know, today on calls with Flick. We need you to call our legislators every single day. You're going to keep on repeating. I am begging you to do this because there are two horrendous, the most amoral bills that I think I've laid my eyes on. The first one, and we're asking you, give this to your family and friends and ask them to call. Now, this is called, the first one is on citizenship. This is on the elections, where they're still debating the SAVE Act nationally in the federal government. Florida, of course, is moving forward with this. So it's already been approved in the House, and now it's on the Senate floor. And one of the most horrendous things about this SAVE, for lack of a better word, it's a citizenship question. What they are saying is, hey, everybody, we're going to now put on our driver's license for those people that are not citizens, they're going to have a scarlet letter, and on their driver's license for all to see, whenever you have to present your driver's license, it's going to say NC for non-citizen. So anyone going for a new driver's license, renewing it, replacing a driver's license or an ID card, that's what this bill is going to say. It's going to be the show me your papers requirement and affect naturalized citizens. Again, a lot of naturalized citizens are being purged off the voter list. Students, students that are going to a college here, a university here in Florida, they don't have to be from Florida to actually vote, but they won't, in this bill, you won't be able to use your student ID anymore, so they won't be able to vote. A married woman changing her name, she's going to have problems. This is a horrendous bill. We need to call and get everyone to call every single day. The other thing I would say that there are with this, the first one where it says flood the lines, when you click on it, it's going to take you to a call script. It's going to also list for you about 5 state legislators that are not our legislators in Palm Beach County, but they're the ones that are on the fence and are persuadable. So don't worry that they're not our direct representatives. Call these people. It's all there, the list, the phone number of these 5 representatives, and the script. When you write the letter, you'll be sending that to your representative. The next one, this is beyond shocking. This one is silencing dissenting voices. It's already passed the House. It went to the Senate. The Senate voted for it, but tacked on an amendment. So that meant it has to now go back to the House for a new vote. And what this one is saying, the governor and some selected cabinet members and the Florida Department of FDLE, Legal Enforcement Chief, they get to decide who they think they're designating as a domestic terrorist group. So Florida Immigration Coalition, if they decide that is a domestic terrorist group, indivisible. So many other groups could be food banks. And the other thing about it is they don't have to share the information on who's being selected, how they're being selected. This is just going to be all in their hands. So this is could affect so many groups: food banks, domestic violence, daycares, seniors, you just name it. They are going to decide this. This is the most anti-democratic thing I have ever heard in my life. And so we need everybody in the game. We're also, and I don't have it on this slide yet, there is a phone bank to try to reach out to other voters to help us to call other constituents to call up their state legislators. So I'm going to include that on another slide. I don't have it here right now, but we need everybody in the game. And again, you could do this from your home. We can't abide by these bills. This is beyond anything. So as you can see, there's a lot of urgency in my voice, and I hope everyone is going to participate. Any questions? Okay, so 287G, now we go city by city. So we've been with the Lake Worth Beach, before the Lake Worth Beach Commission, many months. At our last meeting, January 20th, we asked for a special meeting. Well, we put together a few groups, Florida for All, Lake Worth for All, the Guatemala Maya Center, our group, Flick helped out as well. We put together an agenda for the special meeting. That was taken to the commission, and not surprising, the commission said no. They don't want a special meeting. They think that, and Evelyn, you were there, I see your face. You were there, Suzanne was there, yep. And they're just saying, well, they're just gonna use the meeting, the residents will just use the meeting to yell at the commissioners. So we have to look at a new tactic. And one of the things I want to mention, I am now, Flick has a Flick 280, it's my name for it, Flick 287G task force. And we are looking at several cities across Florida to use as an example to try to see if we could reverse and end the 287G agreement in those selected cities. And Miami is one of them. Lake Worth Beach is another. And I don't know if Chris Baker is on the call tonight from our group, but he is taking up the banner for Jupiter. So we have two cities, Lake Worth Beach and Jupiter. If anyone could help to work with us on this, and I want to re-engage and try to engage the sheriff's office again. But we're looking at new tactics. I'm going to share it. Anyone that wants to help with this effort on the 287G for key cities with our sheriff's office, let me know. We need your help, and we'll be working with Chris Baker to see who in Jupiter can help us with that. Okay. I know I have Barbara Weinberg, who has patiently been waiting. I don't know if Larry is here. So we had myself, Mari from the Guatemala Maya Center, Renata from Flick, Kim from Lake Worth for All. We met with Superintendent Burke, as well as with Chair Karen Brill and members of superintendent's staff. We had a discussion on what we're trying to do. We are looking at, explaining, especially Mari, in the way that no one else can do, how traumatic it is in Palm Beach County right now with immigration enforcement and the havoc it is playing on children and their families, and what her group, Guatemala Maya Center, has been doing. So we want to focus on how, and school enrollment is way down, in large part because of the, communities are living in terror, in fear, real fear now, and not sending children to school. And so we talked about, they do have, the school district has a protocol on immigration enforcement. We talked about that a bit. We also shared with them in Seattle, Washington, they have their protocol just as a point of comparison. And there's more detail, but I can't speak about that now. Leveraging infrastructure. So this is all about safety, equal access, reducing the trauma, trying to get more kids back in school, making families feel safer. One of them we talked about is having a program to have more parents have power of attorney. So if something happens, the children are taken care of. And Flick can help with that as well, with free clinics. And then we have legal aid. So we discussed some of that. We talked about how to reduce what's called the toxic stress, which affects children's learning abilities when they're so stressed out. And identifying those children with emotional counseling that can be provided by the school in person and virtually. We also talked about volunteerism. It was an existing program in the school district about Listen to Children, where volunteers would play with the children, gain their confidence, and then see if the children would open up to identify those children that are having real problems that need counseling. But that program no longer exists. We talked about, hey, how are you finding those children that are no longer going to school? And how are you mapping that out? They just said they are. And we were saying, well, if there's areas where there's a lot of children in immigrant communities, for example, in the same neighborhood that they have high absenteeism, could we then arrange for buses to pick them up, take them to and from school? Because parents have been picked up by ICE and Florida Highway Patrol trying to take their children to school. But this one doesn't seem to be a possibility. Superintendent Burke said that there's not enough buses and drivers right now for the existing student body. So I don't know. We are looking at other possible solutions. Would like to talk about this. I have also, Mari from the Guatemala Maya Center has put me in touch with a community organizer, especially around schools that she's done across the country. Her name is Seki. We are meeting next week. So I want to get her input, and we want to reach out to the teachers union. I have been given by Mari also. She has a retired teacher contact information. But Barbara, are you there? If you can unmute yourself. Okay, but
Sorry, sorry, Barbara. Barbara Weinberg had to leave for a little bit.
Oh, she had to leave.
But
Okay.
I assured her that we are recording this and we will send it to her.
Great. And I know that I don't know if anyone from Temple Bethel is on the call. I know that Deb was also interested. So we want to follow up with you and talk about next steps. So important with the school. Actually, I have now a follow-up letter that we're going to be sending out tomorrow to the superintendent, the chair, et cetera, on the next steps. So lastly, I'm going to run through this. This is all about the events and then No Kings. Next event for Indivisible Boca Raton is about a former MAGA person. He formed a group, founder of Leaving MAGA. He's going to be speaking on March 16th at the Civic Center in Delray Beach. And I want to have a table for our group with material, and I need help with people that are going to kind of walk through the event like we did the last event, and with our 287G petition, our sign-up sheet, etc. So people can help there. And then we've got all the different No Kings. We have in Palm Beach Gardens, here's the information for those of you that want to go to that. We have for Palm Beach Indivisibles and West Palm Beach. Here is the information and the mobilize for that, for those who want to attend that one. If I can, I don't know, to see if I have volunteers that again would go walk through with our advocacy forms 287G petition at these No Kings events and to provide information on extending Haiti TPS. Then we have the one here in Boca City Hall. You can RSVP. I hope that in this one, and I didn't put it here. I'll add it. Not only do I want people helping us with advocacy and walking through the protest. This is at Boca Raton City Hall from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. You could choose to do a car protest as well. But the other thing that I am arranging for this particular No Kings event in Boca is a safety team as well as legal observers. I submitted the form to request legal observers, also gave it to LOBA, and I need a safety team. I also sent that out to multiple people here to see if they could be part of the safety team for the No Kings at the Boca Raton City Hall. So we'll have to follow up there. The last one is No Kings. Bacha and the South Palm Beach County Indivisible Group is doing a No Kings in Boca Raton. That is from 1 to 3. Sheila, do you, and this is our last slide, do you have any information? This is the RSVP. There is, you have to RSVP first, and then you will be sent the exact location. Sheila, do you have anything to say about this particular No Kings in Boynton Beach? You're probably on mute. Well, she may not be here anymore also.
Okay, yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
It's in a good location in Boynton Beach, and there's going to be good parking, and they're really going to get a really good event planned. Yeah, so
Okay, all goodness. Sheila
Yeah.
says all
yeah.
good.
Also, you mentioned that Now is sharing our booth with the Indivisible at the Pride Festival, and
I
that's
didn't.
good.
Could you send me information on that and I can include it in this deck?
Okay,
All right.
yeah.
Thank you, Sheila, for reminding me. I forgot about that's also definitely an important one. Thank you. All right, so that's it. As usual, I am so sorry I ran over. A lot of volunteer opportunities here, guys, and a lot of calls to action. So I look forward to hearing from many of you, and I wish you a good evening. Anyone else have any further comments before we conclude?
Actually, I did want to
How-
mention
Oh,
peace.
sorry.
The interfaith network that my church is a part of, and they are organizing for their assembly on the 24th of this month. Barbara, I should have sent this to you specifically earlier, but they're trying to put 1,600 butts in seats to basically ask some of our local officials hard questions that they've been presented with before. There's no gotchas here, but there are just certain things that Peace is trying to work on that they want commitments for, and they're trying to get these commitments in front of a crowd. This is what they do every year. This is the thing for them. So if you are part of a church that's already in Peace, and they'll probably talk about it, please sign up. If you are not, and this sounds interesting to you to be in this room for this, let me know and I will sign you up through my church. Okay.
Fantastic. I know
yeah.
Jill Hansen had told me, I didn't get the particulars that you are, I knew about March 24th.
Yeah.
But Peace, by the way, is also sending out our Walk in Love
Perfect.
Interfaith Procession. So yes, thank you. That's so important,
Yeah.
Amanda. Thank you for mentioning that, and anything you want to include
Oh
in the
yeah,
deck.
and sorry, the reason why I'm bringing it up here is because for anyone who doesn't know, one of Peace's topics that we voted on this year is immigration. So we are going to be talking about what a local goal on improving immigration at the local level could look like. Peace is also working on affordable housing and mental health right now, so they'll be covering those topics as well.
Okay, thank you. And by the way, I see Chris Baker here. Chris, I do not tonight. I'm sure you don't want to either, but I do want to catch up with you. I saw your email, and yes, let us speak. All right? And I thank you for what you're doing with Jupiter. I was very pleased about that. So, guys, thank you. Have a good evening.
Could I say one thing? Could I say?
Yeah.
But I know you wanted to call for volunteers. Is there any way I can get a list? Because I need volunteers for some upcoming things at Caridad.
Um,
If you send me a message, Marianne, I will include that in the deck, and then we'll also communicate it through WhatsApp and other ways. But if you could just put that in writing, then that would be helpful.
Okay.
All right? Okay, guys. Good night.
Thank
Thank you, Barbara.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everybody. Good night.